Am I the asshole telling girlfriend that she gave me the ick at a family dinner? I'm 32 male dating my girlfriend Jenny 27 female for almost a year now, and we've met each other's families.
Jenny is an only child of an Asian family while I'm half with one younger sister, Anna 21 female. Anna and I are close despite our age gap. Our parents both work demanding jobs and I would babysit, chaperone for many of her bratty teen years. In recent months I've noticed that whenever Anna comes up in conversation, Jenny would joke about how Anna is overly spoiled by my parents and I and how we've created a princess.
Last week at a family dinner with my parents I felt like Jenny was overly grilling Anna on school, dating, life.
At one point, Anna was telling a story about how a first date gave her the ick by not pull out his wallet after their meal and let her foot the full meal. Jenny laughed and said that not every man will treat her to dinner like her brother would and that you need to lower your standards.
I was not happy with this comment as it sounded like my sister didn't deserve to be treated with basic respect but also didn't want to embarrass Jenny.
Jennifer then went on talk about how that would have never happened to her as men see her as high value. I don't know what about this comment that just pissed me off, but I said that she was giving me the ick and to stop talking to my sister like that. The argument we had when we got home was massive, and Jenny told me that I was overreacting to an innocuous comment and would make a terrible father because I would always favor my sister over everyone else.
I'm shocked it called a terrible father, and honestly still don't think I was wrong, but need another opinion. Not the asshole. It's like she's trying to compete with your sister. I'd have already gotten rid of her. Any girl that refers to herself as high value in a conversation is an ick. Doing it while letting your younger sibling know it's because they aren't high value is just cruel. And by the way, no one of real class or substance would ever think that. She's about as valuable as the gum on the bottom of a shoe. Look at the people you truly admire in life. They don't usually go around telling others they're winner and that other people aren't. They're worth admiring for their actions and words. She doesn't appear to have done anything that makes her someone of value. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. She's a walking red flag. Jennifer then went on talk about how that would have never happened to her as men see her as high value. What is this comment? Ew. Her behavior with your sister is so uncalled for. Please run. This is not someone who you should settle down with. Not the asshole. Jennifer then went on talk about how that would have never happened to her as men see her as high value. Yuck. Tell her to get out of here with that female dating strategy garbage. Not the asshole. If I heard my boyfriend talking about being an alpha high value man, I would run. She disrespected your sister in front of you and doubled down. Then blamed and lashed out at you for her mistake. I know people like this, they are users through and through. Yes, everyone has preferences, sure. It's the insulting your family, doubling down, and when you tried to talk to her about it she blamed it on you. Is this the first time you noticed this behavior? It seems like her own princess status is threatened by your caring and close sibling relationship, so she is resorting to setting up a competition between her and your sister in order to punch down on your sister to elevate her sense of value. Your girlfriend is immature and not a nice person. Am I the asshole for calling my dad stupid after being told to use a paper towel for swimming on my period? For context, I, 15F, and my dad, 35M, have had a really good relationship for the past year or two. We've always been close, but I've had a rocky relationship with my mom, so he's been my main support system. Currently, I'm on holiday with my grandparents, younger sister, my dad and his girlfriend, 4 adults 2 kids including me, and I got my period. I have a really heavy flow but I'm not yet comfortable with using tampons, cups, so I stick to pads. We were meant to be going to a water park but with me getting my period, I obviously couldn't go. Initially, my dad was fine with this and even suggested me and him doing go-karting together, just us and my younger sister, his girlfriend and my grandparents could just go to the water park. Then a few hours later I asked my dad about the go-karting and he said that my younger sister and his girlfriend wanted him to go to the water park so he's going there. I felt that this was unfair considering they could just go by themselves, otherwise I'll be stuck in the caravan all day when it's our last day on holiday. He then said that other people swim on their periods without tampons and his female friends, who I suspect is his GF, with far more experience since they are older, use paper towels, and I could go swimming if I wanted to, I'm just choosing not to. I got upset by this because I was looking forward to doing something with him and I also felt like he was just making out that I'm just trying to be difficult. I said the paper towel is a stupid idea and to that he shouted at me not to call him stupid and slammed the door in my face. I've been stuck in the caravan with my nan the whole day.
Me and my dad aren't talking because he said he doesn't want any more arguing. My nan, mum and friends all agree that the paper towel was a stupid thing to say, but I suspect his girlfriend was the one who suggested it in the first place, so am I the asshole? Edit. A lot of people are saying I'm making the holiday about me and shouldn't expect my dad to cancel. I didn't expect my dad to do anything. He offered to take me go-karting, saying he would prefer to do that over the water park anyway. If he didn't want to, that's totally fine. But if that was the case, he shouldn't have waited to tell me that until 11 p.m., 12 a.m. that night, by which point it was far too late for me to arrange anything else.
Also, the only reason he chose to do the water park is because his girlfriend and my sister said they wouldn't go without him, despite the fact they still could have gone just them two. Update. I'm back at my mom's, but I received this message from my dad. I would also like to have a chat with you about our conversation last night. I've taken some advice and there's things I didn't realize, and for that I am truly sorry. I can however help but need your acceptance. All I ever want is for you to be happy and advised correctly. Obviously I can't help with that and I'm not used to not being able to help you. I feel terrible that I could have asked you to do something that I didn't understand, so reached out to better understand it. It's now clear to me that using tampons is not straightforward and actually isn't the right method for someone that isn't sexually active. Obviously I had no clue about this. Hopefully we can chat tomorrow and I can talk you through my plan moving forward. X. Not the asshole. The one thing I was going to say was, did you call him stupid or the idea? Sounds like you called the idea stupid, which it is, and he took it as calling him stupid. The truth is, men are stupid about periods. I dated a guy one time who, no joke, in his late 20s, didn't know it had its own hole. He thought women only had 2 spots down there, not 3. But I digress. You will encounter much stupidity from many men about this through your life. But this time, since he's your dad, you gotta be respectful enough to remember to call his ideas stupid instead of him lol. ETA, because 11 billion people have now asked me this question. Sex, poo. 1, 2, 3. Not the asshole, and honestly? I think your dad is making it up that his female friends with more experience as they are older said this is not one person who has actually had a period would suggest this as a viable option. The paper would literally just disintegrate if it was used like a pad and would also disintegrate leaving bits of paper inside if it was used like a tampon. Just wait. What? Mind exploding. Paper freaking towels? What on earth is he thinking? Just wad it up and stick it up there? He might as well suggest a cork. Look. I'm a middle-aged guy who's never had to deal with a period, and even I know that was, without a doubt, a stupid idea. You were absolutely right to tell him that, and there's a big difference between saying an idea is stupid and saying that a person is stupid. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. He showed just how little he understands about women's periods if he honestly suggested that you use paper towels at a water park while on one of your heavier flow days. Like, paper towels work because they absorb moisture. So what happens when you get it wet? Not the asshole. So, first of all, you didn't call him stupid. You said it was a stupid idea. Which, it was. It was also a lie. Dad does not have any friends who are more older and more experienced and go swimming with paper towels. If he thinks he does, they lied to him, but the more likely option is that he was lying to you. And then he shouted at you. After he canceled your plans. Without telling you until you called to ask. This, combined with his not wanting to talk to his child because he doesn't want any more arguing, means he is, in fact, the not the asshole. It's a stupid idea and he's acting stupid by believing that's biologically possible or medically safe. People have died from unsafe tampons. You can't just shove whatever up your hoo-ha and expect it to be fine. Am I the asshole getting boho braids as a bridesmaid when the bride asked me not to? I am in a wedding this fall and I sent a text to the bride letting her know I will have my boho braids in at that time and won't need my hair done at the wedding. I also let her know I could style them however she wanted me to. I know some brides like hair up or half up, and I am more than happy to do any style she wants. She responded asking if I could wear my natural hair instead so that everyone can be uniform. I will be the only black bridesmaid at the wedding and feel like most styles will not be uniform by nature. My natural hair can be hard to manage at events that last all day, and I didn't want to be dealing with it. So I mentioned I would feel more comfortable in the braids. She is currently not responding but is telling others she is upset and thinks I am making it all about me. I really tried to be there for her leading up. I planned her bachelorette party, helped set up for her bridal shower, and have helped with random wedding tasks. Wondering if I should just not get the braids since she is the bride and it is her day. Or keep my appointment and get them since that will make me feel more comfortable and I will style them however she wants. Not the asshole. Does she know what boho braids look like? You can definitely style them how everyone else's will be. Does she want everyone's hair straight? Oh, boy. If there is one thing I as a white woman will not do, it is tell a black woman how to wear her hair. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. I am really white, so please excuse the ignorance. Are the braids not your natural hair? I mean, are you getting pink extensions in the braids? I do not understand why this is a problem. Not the asshole. Go get your braids done. I'm a bit amazed that y'all are close enough friends for you to be her bridesmaid, but not close enough for her to know that your natural hair won't match her other bridesmaids' hair. Does she just not notice? If it's really a big deal to her, she can use her words and talk to you directly about it. Otherwise, she's just venting to blow off steam. Not the asshole. I would ensure that she understands the style options with boho braids versus with your natural hair, and also maybe explain that if she isn't hiring a stylist that can do black hair, then your hair will be significantly harder to have a uniform style in addition to having it be harder to manage her. I think this is just ignorance on the bride's part of what goes into styling. Not the asshole. Being the only black bridesmaid kind of means your hair will be different when it's natural. Boho braids can look really nice. As long as they don't look janky, I think you should get them. She can get over herself. Am I the asshole for not giving my stepdaughter an inheritance? My 32F husband passed away earlier this year. Our children, 6F, 3M, and I inherited his entire estate, which in total is worth almost $1 million. When he was in high school, my husband had a child, 16F, with his girlfriend at that time. He broke up with his girlfriend once he found out she was pregnant, saying he wasn't ready to be a father yet. He visited her maybe once every few years when he was alive. My stepdaughter and her mother are very poor. They have struggled financially ever since my husband's death as they no longer receive child support. They're struggling to pay rent and risk getting evicted. My stepdaughter reached out to me begging for her share of the inheritance. I feel bad for her, but my husband clearly stated in his will that he wanted to leave his estate to me and my children only. I barely even know my stepdaughter, and I don't think it's my responsibility to take care of her. She's furious with me, calling me a heartless gold digger and saying that giving her money was the least I could do to make up for years of neglect. Am I the asshole? It says a lot about your character that you went along with a neglectful deadbeat and still carry that torch of negligence even after his death. I hope you don't have the nerve to delude yourself into believing that your husband was a good person and good father. In different circumstances he could have abandoned your children like he did her through no fault of their own. Depending on where you live, his will might be irrelevant. If he never paid child support, his first BM might be able to sue his estate for back payment, or stepdaughter might herself be entitled to a proportional share of inheritance. Edit. You are the asshole. Just seen about the child support. Why would this not continue until she was 18? But for his death, would he still be paying? You are the asshole. Your husband was Major Ta. Had a child and basically acted like she did not exist. Of course he would not put her in his will. But, you know she is his child. You know she is struggling. There is no reason, with the amount of money you received, that you could not help her out. First of all, by continuing said child support until she is 18 or finished college. You could also put some in a trust for his stepdaughter. Do you have to help her? Legally, no. But if you can sleep at night, knowing you have funds to help her, but you choose not to, then you are no better than your husband was. First off, I'm sorry for your loss, but you are the asshole. She might be your stepdaughter who you don't really know, but she is your husband's child.
You should at least give her the equivalent of what your husband would have paid in child support, since he would have had to pay until she was 18.
Honestly, I'm not even gonna go into the fact that it seems like he abandoned his child.
It may not be your direct responsibility, but the right thing to do is to help your stepdaughter out because she and her mom are clearly struggling. Who knows, maybe you two will develop a good relationship.
You are the asshole and so is your husband.
Just because he was a poor excuse for a father doesn't mean you should support him or his bad behaviors.
How would you feel if he did that to your kids?
He has a responsibility to support his offspring.
Whether he wanted kids at that time or not, he made the choice to have sex, which lead to pregnancy.
He can't dump everything on the ex-girlfriend and act like he has no responsibility. He has all the responsibility. And if they take you to court, you'd lose.
Wow, your husband was a horrible father. He stuck his unwrapped dick into someone and then bailed. He was never there for his child and only paid the absolute minimum he legally had to.
And then he doesn't even want to give his child a fraction of his money? And you married a guy like that? Who cares what his wishes were?
They were morally wrong. Do the right thing. Or don't.
But then it's clear why you married him.
You have the same morals after all. You are the asshole.
So your husband was a deadbeat and abandoned his kid?
You all sound like awful people. You are the asshole.